Hello everyone and welcome to cybersecurity introduction. So this is a second video about cybersecurity. So basically we are a community named CyberHeeks. We are available on LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter and other social media platforms. You can connect with us in different ways. Also, we have a working community in WhatsApp, so do join our WhatsApp group. So, firstly, what all we'll be discussing about is these 10 topics. What is info and data, about threat, objectives of cybersecurity, what is ethical hacking, limitations of cyber, vulnerability research, phases of hacking, difference between ethical hacking and cybersecurity, introduction on footprinting, introduction on OSINT. So let us start now. So what is about information and data? Information means is a form of a data which can be processed. Data has actually no context, which means that a date of birth is said to be a data, but mobile number is an information, which means that data will not help us in any way to find the person which the data belongs to, but a mobile number can help us know the person which whom it belongs to. So information is something which is actually meaningful, and data is just a random number, because if you have a data of a person, for example, date of birth of a particular person, the date of birth is similar and same of many people, but a mobile number is different for all. So this is the major difference between an information and data. So now we'll be discussing about the threats of cybersecurity. The first one is advertent threat, second is physical disaster, third is deliberate acting. Inadvertent threat are those threats which are actually due to negligence or human errors, which are not intentionally but unintentionally led because of lack of cyber awareness or something other than that. Like sometimes a phishing attack also come under this threat because it's just a human failure. The second one is physical disaster, natural disaster. By the name, you can know if there is any kind of a natural disaster, for example, earthquake, flood, or storm, leading to disruption of data, power grid, or any other. So, this is a physical disaster. The third one is a deliberate acting, hacking, espionage. This is the main attack which we are really talking here, because this is the time when the person is wanting to take control over the website or taking control over the application your company is working upon. They generally exploit the vulnerabilities which are present in your website. If they are not found before, they will found by them, and then they will be trying to get the access of the admin. So this is all about the threat of cybersecurity. Now let us go with the objectives of cybersecurity. These are the four important things which should be you should have in mind when you are working in cybersecurity: confidentiality, integrity, and availability, and privacy. So let us go with confidentiality. Confidentiality means ensuring the sensitive information which should be protected from unauthorized access. Confidential information is the information which is made, which we have access. A certain people have the access to certain information, and it should not go out of hands, and it should not go among among the hands of these people. Okay, so basically, confidentiality mean a group of person of a single person information which is being stored in a particular place, and it is being shared with certain amount of people, and it should not go out of those people. So it is confidentiality. Second one is integrity. Integrity mainly means when you're sending a message and when the receiver is receiving the message should not change its meaning, or no changes should be there. If you are sending a message, hello, how are you, then the message should be also hello, how are you. There should be no difference in it. This is the main integrity meaning. Now we will go with availability. Availability means when you need a certain amount data, the data should be available to you It should be there when you need it, whenever you need it. This is about availability. Now we'll be going with the difference between a privacy and confidentiality. The main and the borderline difference, the main thing about between them are only that the data which is exposed like privacy is of an individual or two people, but confidentiality means if it is a company's data, if it is a big database. This is the main difference between privacy and confidentiality, the number of people whose data is being protected. Privacy means one or two, confidentiality means a group of people or a company or particular database. Now we'll be talking about a CIA triad. Okay, now the CIA triad consists of confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Already I have discussed about these three topics in the before slides. So this is a small flow chart of a CIA thread, which you can see that confidentiality means prevention of unauthorized disclosure. Integrity means maintaining and assuring that data cannot be modified in unauthorized or undetected manner. Availability means that it means the information should be readily accessible to the authorized user. Now let us understand what is actually ethical hacking. Let us start. So basically, an ethical hacker is actually a ethical word is put behind the hacker is because it's a white hat hacker. A white hat hacker is a hacker who works with the government organizations or with certain startups or companies to protect their websites and their applications, or any kind of application which is present on the internet which has a small amount of chance to have a vulnerability which can be uh, exploited in such a way that the admin access can be controlled by other people who are not actually authorized people. So basically, ethical hackers are the people who help these people to maintain the privacy and the database to be not breached, hacked in any way. So this is the main. They are safeguarding the digital systems. So the work of an ethical hacker is basically this. Now, there are certain limitations which are with cybersecurity. So the limitations is basically when you are in cybersecurity. Okay, there is a certain startup which is just started in a few and just had their website and application launched. So before the launch, cybersecurity is a must for them because nowadays it is very important to have security on your websites and application. Because if you have a wide network, people are coming engrossing in your uh, website, putting their personal details, confidential data about their name, email address, their phone number, their credit card, debit card numbers. So if there is any breach, it can lead to the leakage of their privacy and confidentiality of their data. So this is why cybersecurity is needed. The main limitations are that the time taken for it, for example, a website is made. So the website should have secure coding so that no type of SQL injection or man in the middle attack or any other type of attack can happen in the website, or the admin access can be shifted to the hacker. So there are many things which are taken care of. Secondly, it is very costly because there is a team you need to hire, else you need web pen testers who can actually breach into a website like other people, but they'll be helping you to resolve all the issues which are created in the website, all the small vulnerabilities which are present in the website. So this is about limitations of cybersecurity in short. Now let us understand what is vulnerability search. If you are from the field of computer engineering, so you'll be knowing about one term which is white box, which you have studied in your software engineering. So the white box testing and vulnerability search are quite similar to each other because in that there is software testing. Here the testing is done on through the the main ideology of testing is reverse engineering, network analysis, cryptography, and application security. It is because they need to check if there is any vulnerability which is left before the launch of it, because if it is launched and it has vulnerability, people can exploit the vulnerability to a certain point that you cannot even imagine, because a small mistake can lead to a large breach which can lead to loss in financial losses, and also the image of the company can let down to a certain point that they can go bankrupt. So there are certain phases of hacking which we'll be discussing about now. Okay, there are around five things which are done in a certain pattern. There is a certain steps through which phases of hacking can happen. The first one is footprinting. Footprinting is very important because in this, the gathering of information is taken. All the information about the company should be taken. I'll be explaining you these five topics by taking an example of a company. There is a XYZ company. Okay, so firstly you need to know where their offices are, what type of applications are present on the internet of theirs, any website, any blog writing website, all the different accounts they have on the social media, blog writing accounts they have on like Medium and other things. Also, you need to know every single point of theirs, who is the CEO, who's the head of marketing, who's the head of this, and you need to see and carefully check if there is anything you can do about it. So now you will be having a proper roadmap about the people and the company, so you know everything about it. Now you can start scanning about it. For example, you got five websites of theirs. Okay, now the five websites, if they have different websites on different things, so now you need to do one thing, that you need to check if there is any vulnerability or any loophole there. So if you find any vulnerability, you can start hacking and start exploiting it in your own means, which can lead to gaining of access. So when you gain access, you need to actually check out what are the tools and techniques you can have for gaining access. After gaining access, you can have every information they have. So you can be the admin, or you can do anything you want. After you have on this stage, you are next thing is that you need to maintain access. There's certain codes are there for maintaining access. This is also known as a backdoor. A small backdoor is created, so whenever you want you can enter, whenever you want you can exit from the um website as an admin. So this is the main thing behind maintaining access. Now at the end, when you have footprinted, you have scanned, you can gain the access, you took the database. For example, your main objective was to take the database. Now you have all the database, you maintain the access, you have the access anytime, exit and plus. Now there is a company, so company would be having some people for security. Now you need to clear all the logs. The log should be cleared by every means, because logs are the things from which a person can catch that there was some mishappening, or there some person has entered into our website. Although they not be knowing about how much did you exploit or everything, but they will be having a reminder that somebody actually accessed our website, but not as a customer but as a hacker. So these things are taken care of, so that there is no footprint, there is no chance of you getting caught. So clearing logs is very important. So now I have already used this concept which is known as pen testing.